through Kroger's autobiography, we learn that one of the FBI agents on the task force told him that the civil case that was being mounted against Enron as a result of the bankruptcy had identified a broadband employee, ex-employee, who was very unhappy with his treatment by Enron Broadband and who had a story to tell that would implicate people above him. So Kroger learned this sort of secondhand through the FBI agent and went out to see this individual whose name is Bill Collins. He didn't really know exactly what that guy was going to say. He just knew he wanted someone to tell a story. And here was someone willing to do it. So he goes out and talks to this fellow, and the fellow is indeed a very disgruntled ex-employee who is still angry that he had not been treated the way he felt he should have been treated at Enron. He was asked by Scott to join Enron Broadband. Scott had worked with him before, and Scott felt he had good abilities, and he could understand this. He did understand this next generation of technology, which not many people did. When he left, which was actually right at the end of 1999, he had been there about 18 months and had made several $1 million in about 18 months. But that wasn't enough for him. He was unhappy that he hadn't made a lot more. Other people had made more. Scott made more, and he felt like he should have made more too. So he then brought Scott's name into the story. He didn't like Rex Shelby, so he brought Rex Shelby's name into the story. The head of the company at that time was Joe Herco. He didn't like Joe Herco, so he brought Joe Herco into the story. In the record, there are at least a half a dozen resignation letters that he wrote to different people within the organization, each with a different set of reasons on why he was leaving. So Kroger talks to Collins, and Collins was the one who starts the story that they had technology that never worked. And all they did was lie about the technology. They never tried to fix it. And that there were ongoing problems with the technology. He leaves and joins a company that, as it turns out, was a competitor to Enron. And when he had joined Enron, he had signed a non-compete agreement. A couple of months later, he encourages another Enron employee, a couple of other Enron employees, to leave Enron and come join him. One of them's name is Shauna Meyer. Based on his story, then Kroger decides, right then, I've got enough to make a case. This guy right here is going to give me the basis of my case. As he goes to talk to Shauna Meyer agrees with everything that Bill Collins says. Now, they didn't have software that worked. If it did work, they had problems. If they had problems, they weren't working on fixing the problems. Nobody gave me the support I wanted when I was trying to make all these great things happen. So everything was just a lie.